small introduction on the various aspects. So good morning students, welcome to another session of PPC where today we are going to look into the problematic version involved in welding problems. So in last class we have seen about forging and how the forging problems, analytical solution is to be taken forward by a student, and what are the procedures and assumptions that you have to remember. Now coming for welding, the welding is also same model where you will be provided with a type of weld what you have to determine the cost. A diagrammatical representation will be given and some given data will be available with you, and based on the available data, and perhaps if in some cases if the values are not given, of course you have to find it out, or you have to assume that value appropriately and you have to carry forward. Now this is one of the example where it says estimate the welding cost for making a lap weld, and the diagram is given and you can find the workpiece material is 12 mm thickness, and there are certain available data. For example, length of the joint, the weld joint length is 1 meter, and electrode diameter, the electrode what you are going to use for welding is 6 mm, and the minimum arcade arc voltage what you are fixing for carrying out this welding is 30 volts, and the current set at 250 amperes, and the welding at speed at which the operator is going to weld it is 10 meters per hour. Electrode used is 0.35 kilogram per meter of welding, and labor rate is 40 rupees per hour. Power rate is 8 per kilowatt hour, that is consumption of electricity, and electrode rate is 55 per kg. Efficiency of welding machine is 60%. Connecting ratio is 0.5, and overhead charges is 40% of direct charge. Now the question is, where in some cases where you should be able to look forward for an assumption value to carry out this problem. That is the first instance what you should be having in your mind. எங்க சார் ஒரு வேலை இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் அப்படி கொடுத்தாங்கன்னா நான் பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்றதுக்கு, நான் சொல்யூஷனை கொண்டு வர்றதுக்கு there is a possibility for assumption அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம்னா, when you look at all the data, இந்த எல்லா டேட்டாவுமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா are important. Some cases what happens is minimum arc voltage will not be given. So in that case, if it is left out, then don't worry, you have to take it as 30 volts or 40 volts. It is better if you stick on with 30 volts. And ampere, remember that it should be approximately near to 250 amperes, right? Now what are the assumptions what you have to make into account? அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம்னா, efficiency of welding machine ஒரு வேலை கொடுக்கல அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, you can take it as 60 to 70% efficiency of your welding machine. கண்டிப்பா 80-90 கிடக்கக்கூடாது. So you have to stick on with a minimum zone or approximate level of efficiency, and I will let you know that it should be between 60 to 70%. So when you are having that criteria, when you read through the problem and you find that am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Thank you. So if efficiency is not given, so நீங்க வந்து பார்க்கப்பட தேவையில்லை. So you write the statement that assuming efficiency of the welding machine is 65% or 60% or 70% அப்படின்னு எழுதணும், right? And overhead charges, other second parameter, if overhead charges are not given, then you can assume the value between 35 to 45%. Welding team, I am talking about welding. So 35 to 45%. If problem states that there is certain percentage, no issues. But if it is not given, then don't panic. You can assume the value from 35 to 45%. And of course, when always remember When certain values are not there, say for example efficiency of welding machine or overhead charges, that is an advantage for you. ஏன் அட்வான்டேஜ்னு சொல்றேன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, இப்ப ப்ராப்ளம்லயே எஃபிஷியன்சி ஆஃப் வெல்டிங் மிஷின் 60% கொடுத்துட்டா, ஓவர்ஹெட் சார்ஜஸ் 40% சொல்லிட்டா அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, all students who are solving the problem should arrive at the same answer. There will be only one answer. ஏன்னா efficiency is 60% fixed in the problem and overhead charges is 40%, that is also fixed in the problem. Appo your calculation will revolve around a single solution. Right? Can you able to understand what I'm telling you? So you have to bring the precise solution. But when it is up to you, students can assume the value for efficiency, but that should be within the zone. As I said, that should be between 60 to 70%, or overhead charges between 40%, 35 to 45%. Any student can choose any value. Say for example, Venkatraman may choose the efficiency of 55, or say for example efficiency of the machine as 65 or 67. Madan can select a overhead charges as 42%, or even he can go for 45. So it differs. So according to the assumption what you made, your solution is going to change. So there will be n probable answers for that particular question. So you have that deviation, that flexibility. So don't panic when certain data are not given, but you should have that understanding that if it is a welding problem, there may be certain assumptions, and what are those assumptions that you have to take it. Right. You please wait for 1 minute. I think my earphone is running out of power. If my voice gets detached, please kindly inform me so that I can switch over to normal mode of process. Now we will move into the problem solution. Now when you look into this step 1, always remember step 1, we have to find electrode cost.
Sir, voice not audible, sir.
Voice not audible, sir.
Sir, voice not audible, sir.
Sir, voice not audible, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir, audible, sir.
Okay. Thank you for your information. Now, when you look at this step 1, electrode used per meter, it will be given in the problem. Electrode rate will be given in the problem. So, electrode used 0.35 kilogram of welding. Electrode rate rupees 55 per kg. Now, you have to remember the unit. Here also it is kilogram. Here it is also kilogram. So therefore, no problem issues with you. You can directly multiply. So 0.35 into 55. So it is rupees 19.25. The rate of electron is 19.25 per meter of weld. ஒரு மீட்டர் வெல்ட் பண்றதுக்கு நீங்க செலவு பண்ற தொகை 19.25. Now coming for second step. Second step is to find labor cost. Labor cost எப்படி ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணுவாங்க? Time required for welding 1 meter length. எல்லாமே பாத்தீங்கன்னா மீட்டர்ல வரும். ஒரு மீட்டர் வெல்ட் வைக்கிறதுக்கு எவ்வளவு எலக்ட்ரான் தேவைப்படுது, எவ்வளவு செலவாகுது. So it will be in 1 meter length. Meter length. ஒரு மீட்டருக்கு எவ்வளவு ஆகுதுங்கிற மாதிரி தான் நம்ம கால்குலேட் பண்ணணும். So time required for welding 1 meter length is equal to 1 divided by welding time. So what is your welding speed? 10 meter per hour. 10 meter per hour. 1 divided by 10. So you are getting welding speed. 1 divided by 10 is equal to 0.1 hour. So it will be in hour. Right? ஏன்னா இங்க வந்து hourல இருக்கு. 10 meter per hour. So 0.1 hour. You convert it into minutes. 0.1 hour na minutes ஆ மாத்தணும். So 0.1 6 எப்படி வந்தது? How will you convert it? சொல்லுங்கப்பா. 0.1 into 60 minutes. 1 hour la 60 minutes. So 0.1 hour na எத்தனை நிமிஷம்? So 0.1 into 60 will give you 6 minutes. Right? So your time is there. Time required for welding 1 meter length. 1 meter length க்கு weld அடிக்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு ஆபரேட்டருக்கு 6 நிமிஷம் ஆகுது. 6 minutes it takes. Now what is the total labor cost? Labor cost என்ன வருது? 1 மணி நேரத்துக்கு labor cost என்ன? ப்ராப்ளம் என்ன கொடுத்திருக்கா? Labor rate rupees 40 per hour. 1 மணி நேரத்துக்கு அந்த வெல்டருக்கு எவ்வளவு சம்பளம் தரீங்க? 40 ரூபாய். அப்போ labor cost at 40 per hour is equal to எத்தனை hour ஆகுது? 0.1. So 0.1 into 40 is equal to 4 rupees. So 4 rupees ஆகுது. 6 நிமிஷத்துக்கு வெல்டு வச்சாருன்னா அவருக்கு நீங்க எவ்வளவு சம்பளம் தரணும்? 4 ரூபாய் தரணும். Because total hour is 0.1. 0.1 hour னா என்ன? 6 நிமிஷம். அப்ப வெல்டர் 6 நிமிஷம் வெல்ட் பண்ணி முடிச்சாருன்னா you are going to pay him rupees 4. Right? That is your second step. இந்த ரெண்டு ஸ்டெப்புமே ரொம்ப ஈஸி. You are doing this entire calculation based on the given data. Right? Step 3, power cost. First என்ன கண்டுபிடிக்கிறீங்க? Electrode cost. Number 2, labor cost. Number 3, power cost. Power cost க்கு formula voltage into ampere divided by 1000 into time divided by 60 into 1 by efficiency into 1 by R into C. இந்த R CU னா என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா R is connecting ratio. Connecting ratio னு சொல்றாங்க பாருங்க. This R value, it is connecting ratio is R 0.5. Then C. C is constant what we are adding. That is power rate. C is a factor what we are adding up. Power rate. Is C. Power rate is equal to C. Small r is equal to connecting ratio. So in the formula you have to remember. This formula you have to remember. Voltage into ampere divided by 1000 into time divided by 60 into 1 by efficiency into 1 by connecting ratio into power factor. The R C la ஞாபகம் வைக்க முடியலனா you just remember the term. 1 by connecting ratio into power factor. So voltage 30 given in the problem 30, ampere வந்து 250. So 30 into 250 by 1000 into time நீங்க கண்டுபிடிச்சீங்க 6 minutes. So 6 divided by 60 into 1 by efficiency. Problem என்ன கொடுத்திருந்தா 60% efficiency. So 0.6. 60 divided by 100. 0.6 into 1 by connecting ratio problem கொடுத்திருக்காங்க 0.5 into 8. So power cost is 20. So in the மூணு ஸ்டெப்லயுமே பாத்தீங்கன்னா everything is calculated based on the given data. Right? Now you have any doubt in this up to this 3 steps? Please.
No, sir.
Okay. Now coming for next step to find overhead cost. Overhead cost. இதுலயுமே பாத்தீங்கன்னா overhead cost is calculated per meter build. Overhead cost is calculated per meter head. அப்ப அதுக்கு என்ன? Cost plus labor cost plus power cost. அப்ப electrode cost என்ன? 19.25 plus 4 plus rupees 20. So what you are getting 19.25 plus 4 plus 20 equal to 43.25. Right? இப்போ overhead charges என்ன சொல்றாங்க? இது வந்து total cost. ரைட்டா? இது is total cost. மொத்தம் எவ்வளவு செலவாயிருக்கு. ரைட்டா? இப்போ இந்த மொத்த செலவுல overhead charges எவ்வளவு? Problem says overhead charges is equal to 40% of direct charge. 40% எதுக்கு? Direct charge. Direct charge என்ன? Electrode cost plus labor cost plus power cost. That is rupees 43. 43 ல rupees 43.25 ல 40%. So overhead charges is equal to 40 divided by 100 into 43.25. You are getting 17.30. Now what is your total welding cost? 43.25 plus 17.30. Direct cost plus overhead cost. So 60.55. Right? Ipo, what is the problem? Problem enna kuduthirukku? It is a lap joint. Lap joint la weld மேலயும் வைப்பாங்க. On the either side again weld is done. So 2 times the weld is done. Right? Now this cost is for one side weld. Appo for total lap joint it is 60.55 into 2. So the total cost is 121.1. This is your part B question, right? This is how it flows. Comparative to forging, you have less assumption in welding and it is more direct method of solving where you will be having all data available to you and you can easily compute it. The only problem is you should remember this formula. Power cost order formula you have to remember. And where are the areas where possible assumption should be there if not given? That should be known to you. அது உங்களுக்கு தெரியணும். ப்ராப்ளம்ல ஒருவேளை எஃபிஷியன்சி கொடுக்கலன்னா நான் என்ன சார் பண்ணணும்? ப்ராப்ளம்ல கனெக்டிங் ரேஷியோ கொடுக்கல சார், நான் என்ன சார் பண்ணணும்? ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்களை you should be having at your fingertips. Then you can easily solve it. Any doubt in this part?
No, sir.
Right. In tomorrow's session, we will be seeing on foundry cost, how the process is used for calculating foundry. And don't worry, I will be giving you some written solved problem to you. I will scan it and even give it to you within a week's time so that it will be easy for you to go through. And of course, the material that has been shared to you will be having some problems solved. So kindly go through that. There is a textbook that is given to you in PDF format that also has the problems related to welding, forging and other parameters. So kindly go through that. Okay. So with this we stop today's session. If there is any query from your side, you please kindly raise up the question now. The session is open to you. So if it is not there, then thank you for your presence. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.